Hey, this is Queen from Sage and Sunflower Creations. Here is the updated party cone hat video. So this video will show all the materials and everything I use and how to use my template. So I already have my image ready to go. One thing I want to note is that when you do your images, make sure that it's in the middle of the actual page. So whatever you want to show in the middle of the party cone template, that's what you're going to use. So this is my template and I have this on my Etsy shop. And all I did was take the image and set it to the background of the party cone hat template. And then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to turn the image, because remember, it's a cone hat. So the cone shape is actually the front side of it. So you want to make sure that you're turning it the right way. Now, with these templates, Canva will make them larger. So you see how I'm turning it and it's getting larger. There's not a way to shrink it. That's why I say to put your elements and everything in the middle of your page. So now I'm just lining it up how I want it to go. That way when I print it out, all the letters and words will be there. This is also a good way to make sure that your images are lined up correctly. That way when you do print it off, everything will be seen on the party cone hat. So this is how it looks once everything is set how I want it. And then what I'm going to do now is go ahead and print. And I'll show you the settings that I use for printing, as well as what I do for Canva. So for Canva, I just hit the download button. Then I change it to print PDF. And then I just put the page that I'm doing, just the one page I'm going to print. I don't change any of the settings, and then I hit download. So with this, I'm not printing from anywhere special. I literally just print from the PDF. But what you're going to do is change your settings for your printer. So I'm using the ET8550. I'm going to go through and change my settings. So I did put it on fit to printable area. And then I'm going to go into the actual printer settings for the 8550. For this one, I'm using a different paper. So I'm using an Ultra photo glossy paper. I'm still going to leave it on standard because it prints pretty good on standard. And then I'm going to go to my color correction. And then I'm going to do advanced. And I make sure it's on Adobe RGB 2.2. It usually prints pretty good from there. And then I take my bidirectional printing off because I don't want it to print really, really fast. And then I just hit OK, and then I start to print. Now, this is what I was talking about. So in my previous video, this is the paper that I told you guys to use. This is the Koala, the 48 pound. But I also found that this one, the Ultra Premium photo paper, is really nice. It has a great sheen on it. It's not super shiny. It's like a nice luster. And it is a little bit of a thicker paper. So I do recommend using this one. But either one works fine. But I've noticed that this one works really good. And then also take note that this is only for inkjet printers. Now I got the elastic cord from Michael's. They were like $1.50. I got this from Hobby Lobby. They're really tiny hole punch. It's like a 1/8 hole punch, I think. And then this is the hot glue. But you can also use double-sided tape. I actually found that the double-sided tape works really good. So either option doesn't matter. So it's all printed out. You see how it's got that luster shine to it? It's really nice. And it has a nice thickness to it too. But it's not too thick where to be heavy. So this is all cut out. I just cut it out by hand because it's pretty easy to cut out. So I've already assembled it. All you have to do is literally fold it over. That's it. I put double-sided tape, and I'll take my finger off the back side. You can see the line right there. It's nice and crisp and clean. So next I'm going to show you how I put the elastic band on it. This one is the hole punch I was talking about. So it's like a small, tiny hole one. I want to say it's a 1/8. I'll link everything in the description though. So you're going to set the cone in front of you because you want to make sure that where you're placing the holes at, it's going to be evenly on someone's head. You don't want one hole in the back, one hole in the front, because then when the person puts it on, it's not going to be even on them. So you want to make sure that it's even. You're going to cut a hole on one side, and then you're going to make sure that the other hole matches that on the left or right side, whichever side you're working with first. So I'm just going to cut a hole here. It's just a small hole punch, and it works great with the elastic bands. You can see that tiny little hole there, and I'm going to use that elastic band to put it through. I will say when you do cut the elastic band, cut it at an angle because it makes it very easy to put in. I'm just using regular tape. If you go to like a dollar store and get some party cone hats, they're literally just taped with the elastic band. So this is me just putting the elastic band through the hole. And I don't know if y'all can see the shine on the paper. This is such a nice paper and it's very soft. It's not like a hard glossy paper because some paper can be like kind of hard. So here it is. I'm just sticking the elastic band through the hole, and I'm just going to tape it. Like I said, if you go to Dollar Tree or any dollar store, you could find the cone hats, and they just have tape on them. So that's simply what I did. So this one I did the same thing. I cut it at a slant. That way it's easy to get in. And as far as the measurements for the elastic, like how big it should be or how long it should be, I just put the cone over my head and then just measure from there, because most of the time it's going to be the same size anyway. So if you're doing a bunch of these, I would definitely put a lot of strings together and then just cut them. That way you can just go ahead and put them on the party cone hat. And here is the final look of the party cone hat. I know you guys can see how shiny it is. It looks so good. And it's pretty simple to do. Again, the template is mine. You can find that in my shop. Here it is outside. It looks so good and so nice. Thanks for watching.